what is the way to destroy a tree. The poet is also giving us the solution for how to destroy a tree. What is the way to do it? He says that the only way to destroy a tree is to pull out the tree from its root, out of the anchoring earth. And what do you mean by anchoring earth? Anchoring here means supporting. The earth is supporting the tree. It is the tree and the earth are so bound together. So we have to separate them. Once the root is separated from the tree, snapped out. Snapped out means it should be pulled out, torn away from the tree. So again, indirectly the poet is telling us how cruel human beings can be. So this is the way how we are destroying a tree. We are tearing it away, we are pulling it out, we are separating it from the earth. It is like separating a child from its mother. The earth is the mother and the tree is its child. So separating them. So much of destruction we human beings are doing. So he tells like that is the only way to destroy a tree. And again he goes to explain that in detail. Okay, he tells that that is the only way it should be done. It has to be uprooted, pulled out entirely, and the strength of the tree is exposed. Where is the strength of the tree? The strength of the tree is its roots, because the roots go in search of nutrition, and the roots provide water and nutrients for the tree, which helps the tree to survive in the outside. So that roots have to be exposed. The roots is the soul of the tree. That soul has to be taken out from the earth, and the most sensitive part, white and wet. White and wet, again it referring to the white roots of the tree. Okay, so that once the center or the soul of the tree is exposed, then what happens? These roots are kept hidden under the earth, so it is a kind of a protection. Now that protection is not there, then what happens? It is exposed to the sun. And in the last stanza he tells, once the roots are exposed, tree is uprooted and the roots are exposed, then the air, the wind and the sun will destroy the roots. What happens? Scorching and choking. Scorching means heating, and choking means drying up. The roots get dried up in the air and the sun. It becomes brown, it becomes hardened, twisted, withered. Means again, it's all different words used to explain the drying up of the roots, the destroying of the roots. The roots are unable to get water and food. So then what happens? It becomes withered, it becomes decayed, it becomes destroyed, and finally the tree is no more alive. And then it is done, means the tree is killed. So to kill the tree has to be uprooted. That is the point that the poet is emphasizing or explaining here. So that is the simple explanation of the poem. Now the literary devices used in the poem, there is no rhyme scheme in this poem. Only two simple literary devices used in this poem. One is metaphor. Two metaphors are used in the poem. One is leprous hide. Leprous hide means it is comparing. Like I said, leprous hide means discolored bark of the tree. Now what do you mean by leprous hide? Leprous hide means the poet is comparing the bark of the tree to a person who is suffering from leprosy. Leprosy, you know, it is a kind of a skin disease. Okay, it's a fatal skin disease. So leprosy, your skin will become very withered in that look. So similar kind of tree bark he is comparing to. So leprous hide is a metaphor. Bleeding bark in your second stanza, bleeding bark, again the bark of the tree, once you have cut it off, chopped it off, it is compared to a person who is bleeding, who is in pain. So bleeding bark compared to a person who is bleeding. So these two metaphors are there. Alliteration, again Bleeding bark is also an alliteration. And in your third stanza, wet, in your third stanza, white and wet. So that is also an alliteration used in the poem. So two metaphors and two alliteration. That is the only literary device used in this poem. So my dear children, I hope you have understood the poem. It is a very simple poem, but it has got a lot of depth and meaning. Apart from the direct content that the poet wanted to inform us, let me also get into some of its inner meanings, what the poet could have intended to say. The poet is also trying to convey to us about not only being in connection with the nature, but our connection with God also he is trying to imply through this poem. How does he say that we should be connected to God? Of course, connection with nature is connection with God. Now let us take this poem into stanza by stanza and understand how he is trying to imply the connection with God. He tells in the beginning that trees grow with the help of the elements of nature, sunlight, air, water, etc. So here also as a child, we are growing up nourished by the love of parents, teachers and elders. So as a child, we grow up with all this nourishment from our people around us. Then what happens? When we grow up, when we become an adult and when we start living on our own, there are so many difficulties that we face and challenges that we go through. So difficulties and challenges are like the chopping out of the branches of the tree. We fall many times. We face failures. We do mistakes in our life. Many a times we are fallen. But when we are fallen and when we are depressed and having problems, do we end our life? No, we do not. So when we have our connection with God, we pray to God to save us. We have got a willpower, the determination, all that love and care and support we get from the society. With all this support, care and love, we again come back to normal life. We fight problems, we solve problems, we face challenges, we overcome them and we move forward in life. But what can actually kill us or destroy our willpower? That is when we lose faith in God, when we lose trust in people around us, when our soul, the so-called soul is destroyed, we are destroyed. So the roots of the tree, if it is exposed to the sunlight, it withers and decays and decomposes. Similar way, our soul is inside. It is protected. We are keeping it protected. But how do we keep it protected? We keep it protected with the faith of God, with the love and support of the people around us. But once our soul is taken out, how does our soul be taken out? We cannot take our soul out. But here he speaks about the soul being taken out in the sense that our trust with God is lost. When we stop believing in God, what happens? Our soul is negative. Negative energy gets into us. The positivity around us is lost. So negative energy gets into us. We think negative things. We do negative things. And we are destroyed. So that is and so that is another explanation for this poem. A very simple explanation only. Only thing that he means to say here is that we as human beings should always have faith in God and keep ourselves protected from all the dangers around us, challenges around us. Faith in God is the only way how we can face problems in our life. Similar way, trees also, we should not destroy trees and plants, but we should protect them. We should understand that they also have got feelings. Never try to destroy the nature. Never try to break trust with God. very simple explanation of the poem. I hope you have all understood it. So keep working hard. Have faith in God. We are all going through a difficult time now. Each one of us have got one or the other way. We are facing many difficulties. I know as students you are facing a great difficulty of not coming to school, of not meeting your friends. Everybody is going through problems in their life, but trust in God. All these bad times will get over and we will come back with renewed energy and positivity. Our earth will also come back in its full form. So let's hope and pray for that wonderful day. Till then, keep praying, keep studying hard, keep working hard, and be good children. Thank you.